Hi, I'm Rihanna from A Frugal Life, and today we're going to be talking about frugal things I don't do anymore. So the last video I talked about how I stepped away for a couple years and just came back, and that was because some of the things that are standard in frugal living didn't really fit me anymore, as well as some life happenings that happened. So I am back now, and I'm going to talk real and honest life, and let's talk about some things that I don't do anymore. They're really standard in those frugal living tips. So number one, you have to track every dollar. Well, no, you don't have to really track every dollar to be frugal. You just kind of need to be aware of where your money's going and not going. So I tried all the trackers out there and none of them work for me. I can't pay attention to them. I can't consistently use them. And if you don't consistently use them, they're no good at all to you. So keeping a budget, paying attention to the big things is a lot different than tracking every penny you spend. So if you've been living frugally long enough, you kind of have it in your mind that I shouldn't spend that money on that. I should spend it on something else. I can save money if I use this app. I can save money if I go to this store. I don't need to track every penny to know those things. Number two, always buy the cheapest option. This is definitely not true. I have problems with my feet. I have problems with my back. I have sciatica. And if I buy the absolute cheapest shoes out there that fit me, then my back hurts more, my feet hurts more. It's better if I invest in a good pair of Skechers with the support for my feet and my ankles. And a good pair of shoes will last you a lot longer than a cheap pair of shoes. This is just one example. There's lots of examples where you should invest a little more money in something quality rather than the cheapest option out there. Make everything from scratch. This is a big one that I don't do anymore, but that I used to do a lot. So I used to make all my baked goods from scratch, all of our snacks from scratch. I used to can vegetables and meats and soups, and it's just not worth the time. So now that I have a small business, I have a side hustle, I can make a lot more money spending 2 hours on my side hustle than I can spending 2 hours canning carrots. So this depends on you. If you're a stay-at-home mom and you don't have a side hustle and you have a lot of time on your hands, it might be worth it to you save a couple dollars on canned vegetables or homemade bread. However, if you have something else you could be spending your time on to make more money, and I recommend this for everybody, it's just cheaper to buy some canned vegetables, buy some cheap bread than it is to make everything from scratch. That's not to say if sourdough is your hobby, you shouldn't be doing it. If you love baking, you should be doing it. A hobby is different than saving money. And honestly, hobbies usually cost you money rather than save you money. So separate those two things in your mind. So number four, you should never spend money on extras. This is not something that I subscribe to anymore. So sometimes you need a little extra in your life to make yourself feel better. Maybe you need an ice cream from the ice cream shop. Maybe you need cookies. Maybe you need a new shirt. Maybe you need a little bit something to make yourself feel better. It's okay to spend on extra on things that make you feel better or provide comfort to your life, as long as you're watching your pennies and your dollars on other things that are not that important. Number five, if you're doing it right, it should be hard. I don't agree with this. A lot of videos out there and a lot of frugal living people out there recognize the struggle of frugal living as something to be glorified or something to be rewarded. Frugal living shouldn't be a punishment. You can do just as much as you can do up to the point that it's uncomfortable, or you can do just as much you can do up to the point that it's not uncomfortable. So life should be joyful. I'm 48 years old now. I don't have time to make life harder than it already is. Life is already very hard. And my last one is I don't drive to a million different stores to save a penny or even $1. So I have 3 stores within 1 block in my small town that I can go to. I will not drive all the way to the next town to save $1 on something. I will not drive all the way to the next town to save $5 on something. Gas is, as you know, $4 to $5 a gallon in California, or $3 someplace else. It's not worth it anymore to drive all over town. So when I was younger, gas was 99 cents a gallon. I could drive miles all over town to save $1 here or there, and at the end of the day would come out ahead. Now, if you drive miles all over town, you're just losing money. So that's not frugal anymore. So here's just a few things that I do that are not frugal anymore to me, or not worth it anymore in frugal living. If you have any that you want to point out, go ahead and put them down below. If you still do these things and they bring joy to you, or they're comfortable to you, or they make you happy, then you should still do them. This is just my life as I'm living it. So as always, I love you all. I'll see you in my next video, and I don't think I told you last time, please like and subscribe.